Good morning. I've just been talking to my wonderful editor, Victor Oliver, whose own book is just out and which I am delighted to be reviewing this week. It's a great read. I'd really recommend that anyone who's interested in finding out about draconic astrology gets their copy. It's available everywhere. And since I've been talking to Victor, I thought it would be a good idea to now read another extract from my own book, where Victor and I have an astro-spar about sun sign astrology. So here we go. Here's my book, which has been beautifully reviewed all over the place. And I am happy to now read you another extract. Victor's and my relationship goes back to 2015, and we've been working on several projects ever since then and are already planning the next one. So watch this space. Anne and Victor's Astro Spar, from Postcards to the Future. In the spring of 2015, thanks to Facebook, I had the pleasure of meeting astrologer Victor Oliver, then the newly appointed editor of the Astrological Journal and star sign columnist for The Lady magazine. As well as sharing a love of astrology and a very black sense of humour, we have collaborated since that time on many writing projects, most notably my Not the Astrology column, which Victor offered me as a challenge. On hearing that there was to be an astrology column in the journal, I tartly observed that, in the interests of balance, there should be a Not the Astrology column too. Victor, being Victor, replied, "Go on then, you write it." And I've been writing it ever since. One of the things I like about Victor is his love of a good argument. So I decided he was just the person with whom to raise various doubts about the merits of popular astrology. Our written debate took place over 3 posts on my blog, astrologyquestionsandanswers.com, in the first half of March 2015. It begins with my open letter to him. Dear Victor, let me get comfortable for this and let me sit so that you can see the cover. Dear Victor, I've always refused invitations to write popular astrology columns, feeling that to do this would be to throw my lot in with the entertainment wing of astrology. Those of us who are trained and experienced astrologers know that there is a profound, ancient, and some would say sacred art hidden behind this popular mask. Some of us who know this, like yourself, still manage to combine in-depth astrology practice with writing astrology for the popular press, apparently without feeling any particular discomfort at straddling both worlds. I suppose my big problem is that the astro-dismissers are almost invariably people who have never gone into astrology in any depth because they never get past the shallow waters of popular astrology, where they find plenty of ammunition for their scorn, much of it valid when you have a look around at a lot of the astro stuff published in the world's media. Personally, I see off any astro-dismissers by fixing them with a keen gaze, inquiring very politely whether they have ever studied the subject in depth, and responding to their evasions. Very few direct admissions of ignorance are forthcoming, by suggesting they go away to study the subject properly for a couple of years, then come back to resume our conversation. As a serious astrologer, in inverted commas, I have to admit to feeling defensive when asked what I do, invariably saying that I do in-depth stuff, which has very little to do with the astrology to be found in the popular press. Is there any way around this problem? Should we all just accept that astrology of whatever shallowness or depth will simply never be taken seriously within our current materialist culture and cheerfully get on with it, whatever kind of astrology we do? Would it be helpful if serious astrologers who also do popular astrology were to admit that for many of us, the gap between the public face and the private reality of astrology and its practice is a very hard one to bridge? What are your views on this, Victor? How do you justify occupying both worlds to yourself and others? And what do you suggest those of us do, apart from go boil our heads, who feel uncomfortable at having our commitment to serious, in-depth work ridiculed by people who have taken their stamps from perusing the shallow material available in much, though not all, of the popular press? True to form, Victor responded thus: "This feels like a bullfight, and you've just flicked the red cape." Now, if you want to read the rest of that interesting and entertaining debate, which has gone down very well amongst several of my reviewers, for example, then you'll just have to go and buy the book, Postcards to the Future, Mercurial Musings, 1995 to 2021. Thank you. Bye.